back.
And deader than ever.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Tamra.
And this is
Ghoul
Beans. Did it work?
You know, it was delayed.
Oh, well.
Well, wow, it feels good to be back.
So good. No one knows that we...
They all know. We've missed
that's
multiple
not true.
weeks.
We've missed 2 weeks in a row. It feels like forever.
Well, we used to record every other week.
We did used to record every other week. Apologies for the past 2 weeks. Our audio was, unbeknownst to us, unusable, and I started editing too late in the game to be able to record. I mean, last time I was literally in New York. So.
I mean, right. This is our third time trying to record this episode.
This is our third Roasted and Ghosted, and for continuity and like genuine reactions, this is also our third Roasted and Ghosted topic. You will never know what we roasted before.
Unless.
Okay, the first one we'll definitely put as just extra content on our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
We did a little true crime. We dipped our toes in the true crime pool. It was bloody and gross, and we didn't like it. But
yeah,
we're just not true crime girlies. We enjoy...
I don't think that we can't ever be.
I don't think so either. In fact, I think we could very easily have a true crime section on our Patreon. Like, maybe that's something we dip into on there. But I think for
a lot of espressos, probably.
Yeah. And I think, like, having alcohol would make it easier.
Would love espresso martinis.
Exactly. So I think that maybe is where we go with that. But I think for now at least, our main channel will remain Ghosties and Roasties.
That being said, this is not going to be Ghosties.
This is nothing to do with ghosts, literally at all.
What are we sipping?
Literally. Well, I don't know. So you got us coffee on the way over here from
this cafe called Cafe Stube. It's giving German. It's cafe with a K.
Okay.
It's in Schaumburg.
Love that.
Yeah, and it's in a house. It's one of those.
Nice.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think that's one of the ones I saved for us to like go try out. I have like a whole list.
So cute.
And just like one little French woman.
I don't know if they identify as a woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, but they did have a very extremely French accent.
Mm-hmm.
So when I asked what a Vienna melange was, she was a Vienna melange.
Oh.
And I was like, oh,
beautiful.
Okay, period. I said she, but they. Sorry. And they were training a woman who I don't think has ever heard of a macchiato.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so they were gracious enough to make all four within like 10 minutes, literally.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And there was basically no one in there. And on the top floor, they do like meditation and like music lessons and all.
Okay.
I know, it's so cute.
Very community driven.
Seriously, it's like an 1800s kind of house. Probably haunted.
Probably.
They had a lot of empty chairs in there.
We should have asked. A lot of empty chairs.
That would be good, but
yeah, we should ask like the little coffee shops that we go to. Maybe we should start doing that. Just like, do you have a ghost story?
We have a spooky podcast where we review. That's how we'll introduce that we review.
Oh my
coffee.
God! We are late to the game, businesswoman, but we are here.
I got a maple latte.
Okay, so I have not heard of like maple bacon donuts. And like maple syrup, right? I know that. When I was in New York, a flavor that was on every like option was maple, and I never tried it because I'm not like a maple girly.
Well, they're so close to Canada.
Oh, okay.
And Vermont.
We're not close to Canada or Vermont.
No,
but
they are.
No, I know.
Right.
But so the fact that it was at this place here feels very fitting. Like I feel very used to seeing maple. So how was it? Because I literally have not tried it.
This was very good. It's subtle. It's like if you're not somebody who likes the sweetness of a brown sugar latte, which can't relate. I love a good brown sugar latte. It's perfect, I think. I think honestly, this would be incredible in the fall. And she had a lot of they had a lot of different interesting flavors that you could add.
Yeah.
My partner, Marielle, got a coconut caramel latte.
Okay, I saw that on the menu, but I didn't want to dip my toes in.
Apparently it was really good.
I love that.
And you got 2 samplings.
Yes. So I saw on there the, what is it? Vienna melange.
Vienna melange.
Vienna melange.
Sorry to our French listeners.
And it seemed really cool because I am new to the game cappuccino girly. Like I remember when I worked at Starbucks, like people would ask for foam and I would judge them hardcore. And I actually really like a good foam. So probably like a foamy latte, not so much like a cappuccino.
Yeah, the way, I mean, for those of you that don't know, the way that the barista described it was that it's a shot of espresso and then
Mhm.
filled to the top with cream,
Yeah.
like whipped cream.
Yeah, so it is a lot because I'm not, and just like I would like a flavored cappuccino. I should have said that. And this does not have a flavor in it naturally, but the espresso hardcore. But if you like the taste of espresso, it's very good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this person knows what they're doing because
Yeah.
it's like very good, and it honestly tasted like they grow coffee beans.
Yeah,
Like, it's
no.
very good.
I can like taste the notes in this little
Mhm.
Vienna melange. And so that's
They're
gonna be
over
my
it.
stripper name.
Oh, that's an incredible.
I know.
That's so funny because my mom texted me the other day that she's really into hot dalgona. I'm like, hot dalgona is my drag name.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, it'd be my drag name.
Hot dalgona and Vienna melange.
Oh my God.
That's iconic.
That's the Chic Ghost name. There
The
you
Chic
go.
Ghosts are men, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Mine's a boy.
I have an amazing amount of testosterone flowing through my Chic Ghost veins.
The sheet. the seams.
But my hazelnut latte, it's really good because what I have been noticing is I do like the taste of like espresso a little bit more. And coffee, so I must be getting old. My taste buds must be dying.
No, I like espresso like only, honestly.
But it's really good. You should try this then. You should absolutely give this a swirl.
Live tasting.
It's strong.
It's honestly not bad.
No, it's
It
not
is
bad. It's
a
espresso.
little jarring.
It's espresso, so it's strong espresso too, but it's really good. Like for a cutie,
Should I give a notes?
yeah, give the note. Like if you want espresso with like a little chaser, this is your drink.
It's almost, and I don't know if there's a wrong answer. I feel like it's almost chocolatey.
No, in fact, that's probably the safest answer you could give
Oh,
when
is
doing
it?
an espresso or coffee tasting. Yes,
Oh, I didn't know.
the like notes that you'll
Oh yeah, because I
mostly
guess.
you'll mostly taste like if you're doing a coffee tasting is like cherry,
Mhm.
fruity minus a cherry, flowery or like chocolatey. Like those are
Okay.
the notes you'll taste in
Okay,
coffee.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it is giving chocolate, and in terms of, if I had to say there was a fruit, I do think there's a little fruit. Maybe
Yeah.
like a blackberry.
Yeah, yeah,
flavor?
berry is very common. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you did great.
Thank you so much.
You sound so professional. Yeah.
Nope.
So it's a strong espresso, but it's a good espresso. It's not like you're like, oh, la, la. I mean, that's what I did because
we haven't been having like really
we've been
Starbucks dunking like
that's
at home.
true. But luckily, all those episodes they didn't get to hear. We
Right.
Dunkin'd it 2 weeks in a row for you guys, but you guys don't have to hear it.
I Dunkin'd it once.
I
I had a
Dunkin'd
lot
it
of
once.
like at home coffee.
I had Mooshers.
Oh yeah, the mushers mix,
Yeah.
which was good, but
Yeah. And so the second coffee is just a hazelnut latte. It's incredible. I very much enjoy this coffee. I would absolutely go to Cafe
Can I sample?
Stuber. Please.
because I'm not a hazelnut kind of girl, and I
It's-
feel like hazelnut should be on your list.
Hazelnut. Oh my God, I'm putting it on there right now. I'm a nut for hazelnut.
Whoa.
Right? No, so
This is caramelly.
it's not like a hazelnut that is overpowered. It doesn't feel like fake hazelnut. It feels like
Yeah,
a hint of Ferrero Rocher
because
kind of
I
hazelnut.
don't like hazelnut coffee, and I think honestly, most people don't, because I always see there's tons of hazelnut syrup. There's
Yeah.
always hazelnut coffee everywhere.
I disagree. I feel like the world probably loves hazelnut, but
Maybe it's a guilty pleasure.
perhaps it's definitely mine. But I feel no guilt about it. I think that this coffee is really good. Like the coffee tastes good. You don't need
All 4 coffees. Do you want to know how much all 4 coffees cost?
Yeah,
$21.
incredible. Are you kidding me?
No,
That's like 2 drinks at Starbucks. Sorry, Starbucks.
I'm not sorry.
Our
They know.
sponsorship.
Well, that's long gone. Long gone. We said they tasted burnt or like acidic.
Yeah, they're real acidic. They know.
They know, and
That's
I
why
got
they
it
have
on the live.
such strong syrups. But yeah, this coffee doesn't like need strong syrup, and I feel like that's why you like the hazelnut because it's not like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely get like a small
Yeah,
little guy,
but,
but
like,
it was good.
Easy. Yeah. Okay, so Cafe Stuber, right?
Cafe Stube.
Cafe
Cafe Stuber.
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 Very good.
Very
10
good.
out of 10 would
10
go
out of 10.
again.
Schaumburg, go check it out.
Yeah.
All of our Illinois listeners. So this is our third iteration, first for you guys, of Roasted and Ghosted for this month.
We're going to be roasting and maybe ghosting. There's some things on your list I think I'll probably like, and same on mine.
Yeah.
But the list we're talking about is a list of guilty pleasures.
Guilty pleasures. There's something you should know. One thing to know. I feel no shame. So
yeah, I'm not. No, okay. So this was kind of hard when we were thinking of things because I don't feel guilty about anything, and neither should you. I don't think anything as like a guilty pleasure should exist. Although
there's like one or two things that like my brain is like you're kind of bad, but like
me too.
But I still do it, and you know what? Everyone does. They're the ones.
No
they were the
ethical
ones.
Consumption under capitalism.
We looked at like lists because we were thinking of ours and we're like, maybe we should have a couple more. And so we looked at like lists. And so like any of the ones that I'm like, it's kind of not good person stuff. It's the ones that like everyone does this. So I feel no shame.
I don't think mine are.
Oh, okay. I have to put one more.
Oh no.
Okay. My list is really long. So the one that I wrote for me is just like ghost stories from people. And like I do it so unabashedly. Is that how you say it?
Unabashedly.
Unabashedly.
Okay.
I do it so unabashedly that like it is the first and probably only thing I want to know about a new person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I met my childhood friend in New York. We met up for drinks a couple of nights. And like the first night I was just seeing how they were. I met his boyfriend and it was really cool. And then like the second night I was like, okay, so do you guys like believe in ghosts? Do you have a ghost story? Tell me your ghost story. And that's truly like the way I connect with people now. So
did they?
They did. They each did.
I love that.
Actually, his boyfriend didn't. He said he thought it was ghosts, but like it turns out it was like an infestation of squirrels in his attic. So he was like, it half counts, and I was like, it full counts. It's
full
great.
Counts. The belief that you could have seen a ghost.
It's like if you can follow up, I don't have a ghost story with
on it.
Exactly. If it's a good story, it's okay. It passed the test still.
Oh my god! And you know what? And squirrels, they'll fuck around. They'll make you think you're
They
crazy.
will.
They scream. Are we gonna get into that? Yeah. I don't know.
Do they really scream?
Well, there's not squirrels everywhere, by the way.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a Midwest thing? And
there's
East Coast thing?
no. I mean, like country-wise.
It's
an East Coast
I
thing.
didn't know if California was
They have an
fucking with
accent.
squirrels.
I'm sure they're probably huge in California. But not every country has squirrels.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, same thing with fireflies.
Honestly, I'm playing this game on my Switch
Okay.
with Matt called Kiwis.
Okay.
And it is where you are two kiwi birds in like a post office and you're sending out mail. It's like it's real cute. You would like it. Armless.
Yeah.
Of course. You can butt bounce, you can jump, and you can grab stuff with your thing and you can like squeak.
Oh my god.
You would love it. You should do it. So some of the animals, like I can't even think of the name of it. It looks like a dinosaur. It looks like an ostrich dinosaur.
Emu?
No. It's like I will look it up, but like Australia has animals I didn't even think were real. Like I would have never thought of. And so for sure, I'm sure someone's like, what is that weird little
on their coins they
fluffy
have
thing?
Their animals.
All of their animals?
Well, like the main ones, so like an emu, a kangaroo, crocodile.
Australian dinosaur bird. It'll come up, I think. It literally did. Cassowary.
Oh, yeah.
It literally came up. The first fucking thing.
No, they're huge.
It's literally a dinosaur.
Yeah, I mean.
And it's colorful. Its like neck is colorful. It looks like an emu, but it looks like if you put a dinosaur turkey head on an emu body.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah. It's honestly buffalo body. It's like very
buffalo body.
Look at the fur. It's not even like feathers. That's
This is
fur.
what I picture a raptor to have looked kind of like.
It did.
They came from raptor family, I think. Anyway. So squirrels are probably just as jarring to people in Australia. So anyway, that is my guilty pleasure that had to do with
That's
ghosts.
so funny.
You give me a guilty pleasure.
Okay, so I said we should start off with food. Almond Joys?
I
Why do
love
people
Almond
hate
Joys.
Almond Joys?
I don't know. I'm not ashamed of that. That feels like a great candy.
No, but I definitely felt that way when I was younger. 'Cause during Halloween, I'd be like, "I'll take your Almond Joys,"
I'll
and
do
then
it.
these fucking weirdos would be like, "Okay, yeah, I'll trade you for your Whoppers." Whoppers are disgusting.
Okay. Yes, I agree. The way people think of Almond Joys is how I think of Whoppers.
Ugh, like you're a sick little old man if you like
Literally.
Whoppers.
I think that's why people judge Almond Joys as well. Because
Yeah,
they're
it's a
old
little old
people.
lady
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
candy.
Also, like butterscotch slaps.
Werther's?
Are you kidding
I
me?
love Werther's.
I went out to dinner with a couple friend, and after dinner we had like all these tapas, everything, and she just took out some Werther's little caramels, and she was like,
Period.
"You want some?" And I was like, "I absolutely
Absolutely.
want some." This is the best day
I
ever.
love caramel.
Love caramel. I feel like that one's not a guilty pleasure. Okay, what about this? Candy corn.
I love candy.
I love candy
I
corn.
love candy
It
corn.
gives me
I have a problem.
it gives me the satisfaction of like eating a candle, I think.
Oh, exactly. The same. There's this candy that's like sour sketty or something, and they're like honestly probably plastic. They're like too tough to chew, but they're so satisfying because you really get that chew in there.
Okay, I have to. So, this is not a guilty pleasure, but it's a funny story. Someone, when I was younger,
Oh no.
told me, now that we're just like on Halloween candy, told me you could like eat, like chew wax lips like it was gum.
You can.
Okay, you technically can, but
You're
it doesn't turn into like a gum
No,
consistency.
it's wax lip.
For sure.
You're like, yep.
I spent
No.
I spent so long trying to get this wax lips to turn into gum. And like, so I had
You're like, mine's
one,
expired.
and no one gave out wax lips, right? So I had this one, I happened to get one Halloween. And slowly as the months went on,
It took you months to eat it.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't want to just chew on this wax thing,
Oh.
but I like was determined to understand. But yeah, it literally just sat on top of like my TV. It would get dusty.
I
That
love.
was a guilty story.
I loved wax lips, and I still like them
Why?
because they're cherry flavored. But you chew them for literally 10 seconds, you spit it out, and then you chew another
They
piece.
are wax flavored.
No, they're cherry.
They're 100% wax
I like them.
flavored. That goes on your guilty
That's
pleasure
not. I don't feel
list.
guilty about it. It's delicious. It does hit the same as eating a candle.
It does. It does. I think, but I like the flavor of. I like that I can swallow the candy corn.
Nickel nips.
What?
Nickel nips. The little bottles full of liquid.
Nickel nips.
Nickel nips. They're the little wax bottles filled with
Okay.
rainbow colored liquid.
I did not. I never ate those.
Well, you just bite the top off and then you like drink the juice, but then you have to like puncture it with your nail till you get it all. People would just like suck them and like try to squeeze. There's no air in there. You're
Well, you could
wasting.
eat that
You could chew it.
and then spit it out.
Were you like swallowing wax? Is what you're telling me?
I think I definitely swallowed some wax.
Wow. Well, it is. I mean, allegedly food grade.
That is the same thing. Did anyone ever tell you in high school, or not high school, middle school, that you could chew the Trident paper?
No.
Mm. That happened to me. It happened
were
in
like,
my middle
I guess
school.
I can.
They were just like, you can like chew on the wrapper as well.
I have one like that.
And
though.
I did. And I was like, and then in my head, I was like, he didn't like lie to me, but I'm also chewing paper now.
Starburst wrappers.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the rumor in 5th grade that there was like, well, it's like parchment paper. That's not edible. And yet we all tried. And I remember it was like, because you swallow the Starburst.
Right.
And I was like left with all this gritty little paper. Have you ever chewed gum so long it turned to like
soup?
no? Well, no, it turns to like bits.
So I have chewed it like that. The grossest gum incident I've ever had is I was a child, and it was like Easter,
Of course.
and I had like that cheap gum in my mouth, and I was in the back of my dad's van. We were all piled in, going to my meemaws, and I fell asleep. And like something about the wide open mouth sleeping with like the hot sun, I woke up and like the gum had liquefied in my mouth and it dribbled like down. And like I tried to chew some of it that was left in my mouth, and it wouldn't. Like,
You
I have
drank it.
no idea what happened. I spit it out in whatever, like, soda cup I had next to me. But I didn't know, like, if you just left gum in your mouth that it would, like, liquefy. I didn't know. I still don't know. It's never happened again.
Well, you've never fallen asleep with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The grossest incident was I also fell asleep with it in my mouth, but it went into my hair. And it was like
That's
it
way
was
funnier.
in my hair.
Oh no!
And
Did your mom threaten to cut it out?
She was trying everything. She was like, we were looking things up. We eventually got it out by just like you put it in a cup full of ice. You just like sit with it, and it just like chunks out.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. Also peanut butter.
Yeah, I did know peanut butter. I got a blow pop stuck in my hair once.
Oh yeah.
My mom did threaten to cut it out. Well, one time I got blow pop stuck in my like bangs. I don't know why I was so reckless with my blow pops.
Were you on a swing? What was
I
going
was
on?
hanging upside down on a couch. That's how I preferred to sit.
And you dropped it.
Dropped it. And then
Rough.
I cut my own bangs to get it out.
I feel like so many girls do that.
And then my mom was not mad at me, but I was crying because my hair was like below my butt. Like I was young and it was below my butt. And she was like, we got to cut it. And I cut my own bangs and she's got pictures. She even framed me in like
cute.
the bay window. She took pictures of my like self chop.
How short were they?
My bangs? Well, they were long here and like up here right there.
Oh,
like,
man, rough.
Right by the widow's peak. Yeah. So we've got really funny pictures, and I have a blow pop, and she made me like have a blow pop. She was like, "Hold the blow pop that did this to you."
She's like, "I have to document this memory."
Yeah. So I literally have tears in my eyes, and I'm in front of the bay window with a blow pop, and she's like, "Smile."
Oh, I love that.
I think she was laughing at me.
Of course. I mean, I think we all
would.
I never had an incident with scissors in my hair.
No.
Yeah, because my mom she would just be like, well, if you cut your own hair and it looks bad, you're going to go to school like that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't look like an idiot. So I just never did it.
That's so funny.
All my friends did it, though.
I was a fixer. I was like, I can figure out how to do this.
Oh, this is easy peasy.
Easy peasy. The gum's stuck in the lower part. I could get this out.
Yeah. Like, it honestly looks like curtain bangs.
It was curtain bangs, baby. The curtains,
you
didn't get
bangs.
big enough curtains to fit the window, so there's a permanent gap.
Like hand towels as curtains.
I didn't measure before I bought it.
You just snipped it right out. You're like, it'll blend.
It'll blend.
Speaking of gum, though, that's a guilty pleasure. Double Bubble, Hubba Bubba, anything that comes in like the little yellow wrapper or like shitty gum. Bazooka.
Love that.
Bubblegum.
Bazooka bubblegum.
I love it.
Me too. I do as well.
I eat it until the flavor's gone, spit it out, pop another one back in there.
Me too.
Because you can really get into that chew.
You can really like get your chompers in there.
I wonder what that says about us. Speaking of sugary things. Soda.
Oh, perfect.
I
got this.
I'm addicted to soda. I have a problem. I try my best to only have like maybe 2 a week, honestly.
Wow.
And it's a large Coke from anywhere. I have a root beer problem.
Okay.
I fucking love root beer.
So
and cream soda.
Who the fuck doesn't? Those are
lot
the
of people.
2 best flavors. No. I've got a guilty pleasure on here that you will be upset with.
Will I?
I'm a Pepsi bitch.
Oh,
there you go. Look at that face. I wish we could have recorded it.
Cringe.
No, it's sweeter.
Right.
It's sugarier.
I know. I feel like Coke is like spicier.
It is.
I like it.
I like the spicy Sprite from McDonald's.
Of course. Well, come on.
But no, root beer, classic.
The world's elixir.
I wish it would run through our rivers. Could you imagine?
No.
I would love it, honestly.
Ew.
I think Sprite tastes like a waterfall hitting the river below.
I feel like I'm drinking TV static, but like good.
That's what I'm saying.
I like it.
It's the intensity of that waterfall.
I get that from sparkling waters too, though.
I don't like sparkling waters because I don't like that they don't have a flavor. And I've got a very strong sense of smell.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, they have a very strong smell, but they don't have a flavor. Sprite gives me the flavor I'm looking for.
I love root beer. I love cream soda.
Cream soda.
Oh, my God.
Strawberry cream soda or the cherry cream soda.
Haven't tried those.
Oh, man, you should.
But I went to this restaurant, and they brought out basically just an ice mug, like a mug made of ice. and root beer soda. They have like their own syrup mix and stuff.
Damn.
Changed my life, and then the restaurant went out of business.
No.
Yeah, I'll never have it again.
I am so sorry.
It's root beer. Oh my god, how do you even describe? I feel the same way about root beer that a lot of people feel like about Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
I
yeah.
love Dr. Pepper too, though.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a time and a place for Dr. Pep.
Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper? Which
Doc-
one would you prefer?
Dr. Pepper. Mr. Pibb? Mr. Pibb is not a doctor. Mr. Pibb does Botox in his garage.
Do the work. He didn't go to class.
He didn't get that doctorate. No, I prefer the doctor.
The Dr. flavor.
Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
Root beer float.
love a root beer float. Coke float.
Coke float.
Love a Coke float. Pepsi float, but I know you're not a Pepsi fan. But they work really well.
Oh, I bet you they do. Well, because Pepsi's like, to me, I don't like Pepsi at all. I can tell immediately. I'm somebody who's like, no, I can tell when Coke's in the bottle, the can, and from the fountain.
Yeah. Okay. Fountain, can, or bottle. Because I'm a can bitch.
Okay, there's a time and a place.
There is a time and a place. You pour a can into ice. Incredible.
You drinking a can at like a ballpark? Incredible.
Yeah.
I am
in the car. Obviously,
it feels illegal.
If you aren't drinking a fountain drink in the car, you are a murderer.
I won't go anywhere unless I get a little tasty drink.
Exactly.
I'm a little drink for the road kind of girly. If
Me
we're
too.
going anywhere past 20 minutes, honestly, 15 minutes,
for sure.
We're stopping at a Starbucks. We're stopping at a gas station, like somewhere to get a fountain drink. Lots of ice.
Yes.
I don't care if I get less drink. I want it to be so frigid. It came up from the North Pole. But I saw this thing I want to tell you that I think we should try.
Okay.
It is, you get this, it's the brand New York Seltzer.
Okay.
But they make sodas.
Okay.
And it's a cream soda, frigid cream soda,
Ooh.
a little bit of creamer and espresso.
Absolutely.
Doesn't
Why
that
didn't you
sound
tell me that
so
right now?
good?
Okay, yes.
I told that to my partner and they like gagged. I think it sounds incredible. It's
So-
a little bit carbonated, but
I would love that. And it reminds me of like the Pilk thing that was going on. The like, do you remember that on
Pepsi and
TikTok?
milk?
Yeah. So I was gonna say is like at first I was like disgusting. How dare you? Like how dare my eyes graze that? But then someone described it as like the end of a root beer float, and I was like,
attention grabbed.
I would try it. You know what I mean? It wasn't immediately like get on my face.
Right.
It was like, oh, okay, I could see like taste testing it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so the Utah girlies,
Who is this? Like all the girls in Utah?
the Mormons,
Oh, the ones.
they can't have coffee. So
what?
yeah, Mormons can't have coffee.
Just another reason to not
Just
do that.
another reason. Anyway, they can't have coffee, so what do? They treat soda like coffee. So what they do is they go get a large soda of any kind, and there's tons. It's like Starbucks. They have tons and tons and tons and tons of soda shops where you pull in line.
Why can't
and
they?
you get
soda has caffeine.
Yeah, that's fine. You can't. It's like a loophole. I know. It's like soaking. We'll get into that.
No, we don't have to.
We will.
I don't want to.
And it's like they'll get a Diet Coke with 4 scoops of strawberry puree and coconut creamer. Like they put creamer in their
Why not just
soda.
have soda?
Because they want it like coffee. They don't
But
get to have
why?
fun. Like they don't have frappuccinos, which is on my list. I love caramel frappuccinos. It's a guilty pleasure. It's so embarrassing to drink in public.
Oh my god.
They need to make it less humiliating.
I've got one. So the only thing embarrassing I think about is ordering the frappuccino at Starbucks. I don't want them to judge me because I used to judge them.
I feel like all of it is embarrassing.
But no, what's more embarrassing? McDonald's frappes. I know.
I've never had one.
It's incredible. You would love it. You need to try
I'll
it.
have it in the privacy of my own car.
I ordered like a McFlurry. We got McDonald's after that nightclub, and they had it delivered. And I got a McFlurry, but instead they did like an Oreo frappe. Oh my god, it was
To die for.
incredible. So that's really embarrassing, actually.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good
For
one.
me, I think like ordering it humiliating, receiving it humiliating, drinking it in public the worst thing on the world because
Really?
why does it? Come on, it's got the dome with the whipped cream and the drizzle. It's like 13-year-old goes to the movies.
Yeah.
Like it's very embarrassing. It's not, but that caramel frappuccino plus a shot, so good.
I used to make, like, when we
So
worked
good.
there, I would just look at the secret menu
Yeah.
and try and make them.
Mhm.
And I remember I made, like, a cookie dough one.
I
think
know.
I gained, like, 5 pounds after I made that. After I, like, learned how to make it. I was like, I'm just going to
Starbucks?
grab one for the road.
You and Starbucks have a complicated relationship because also when you were in Colorado, you spoke on this podcast about how you were just having like blenders of pumpkin cream.
Let's just say that I've had a lot of spouts. Let's just say my entire life from like age 7 until last year, I was severely mentally ill, and
Well-
Starbucks gave me an outlet to relieve some of that
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And only
You weren't
just the
doing
sweet
drugs.
drinks.
You were doing Starbucks.
Exactly, which is worse, honestly.
It like kinda is. Depending on the drug. Well,
It's-
caffeine.
Honestly, yeah, no, caffeine's a pretty big drug, and I definitely got hooked, and also sugar, and also like having it for free. Do you know how much money I lost pre-panny? When
Yeah.
I didn't work at Starbucks, but I still drank it like I did.
Yeah. When you were working at Starbucks, that was the height of my Starbucks era.
I don't
have a
know.
little spooky story.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's not ghosty, but it's spooky.
I love spooky.
So one of the walks that I did from my apartment, I was walking and it was obviously like literally 4:30 in the morning, pitch black, winter, and a Escalade all blacked out is like following me like up the street, going so slow. And I was like sweating at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like picked up my pace to the point of almost running, and then it sped up, and now the headlights are off.
Oh no!
I know, I'm about to get fucking kidnapped right now.
for sure.
Seriously, like
You're
seriously.
small too. They could have.
Oh my god, thank you. I'm so. Oh my god. Wow. I know I am so petite, tiny, and dainty. I'm basically invisible. And I ended up just like sprinting into the 7-Eleven.
For sure.
And I just went up to the cashier and was like, I think there's a car following me. I'm just going to pretend like I'm talking to you. And he like clearly didn't understand what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, what? And then the car, it was waiting, literally. And
Oh my
I
God.
was like, I called my job and I was like, I'm going to be late because I'm getting followed by an Escalade right now.
Yeah.
And then eventually they drove off. And thank God the sun was like starting to peek out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that was, I think, the only time I ever felt like severely unsafe around DePaul.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't think of a story like that thank goodness, from like walking over at 4 a.m. But yeah.
So that was an ookie spooky story.
That's a good ookie spooky. I don't know.
Pickle juice is on my list of guilty pleasures.
Incredible. That's a good one.
I love pickles.
Like
that's
pickle juice.
Pickle juice. I'll drink
Like you're gonna drink the pickle juice?
Of course.
Incredible. That's a good guilty pleasure.
Of course.
That's a really good one.
Clausen, obviously, and
Mhm.
Grillo's, the spicy
Mhm.
Grillo's pickles. They need to figure out their packaging though. That sucks. But I love pickle juice.
I love that for you. I love pickles. I'm sure I would love pickle juice. I've just never taken the time to drink it. Anti-guilty pleasure, mint and chocolate together.
I hate it.
Oh my God.
This is where we differ.
No, I'm saying I hate it.
Oh my God. Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, no.
Hate.
People give me the weirdest looks.
I know,
They're
me too.
like, mint and chocolate? It's classic.
Mint chocolate, chow?
No. Ew.
Shove it up your butt.
Literally, that's
I
what it tastes like.
Mint chocolate chip.
I hate it.
I hate Thin Mints.
hate Thin Mints.
Oh,
Hate those peppermint patties.
I like mint separately and chocolate separately.
Yes. So that was my last thing for food. Guilty pleasure.
think
a
my-
long time ago.
Okay, my last, very, very last food guilty pleasure. This is, I don't know how the controversial is going to be. Wendy's.
Love
I
Wendy's.
love
Wendy's.
I have a problem.
I choose Wendy's over everything.
I literally was about to say that I will choose Wendy's over like Au Cheval. Like I
The-
will be like, I'd rather go to Wendy's.
Absolutely. Give me a little spicy Asiago chicken
Oh,
sandwich.
Oh my God.
The fries are better than fast food fries.
I have said this since childhood that Wendy's has the best fries. And everybody's
Absolutely.
like, McDonald's
No,
fries. Those are
McDonald's-
plastic pretend potatoes.
At best, they're mushy and salty. At worst, they taste like ladybugs.
Whoa.
Right? That makes
And I
so
have
much
tasted a
sense.
ladybug. I have a memory of it. And we were at a business party for my mom, and I was at the top of an inflatable ride. And then I went down to the bottom after I rode it, like, yeah, I crushed that. Drank my slushy, ladybug. Bitter and brown.
Like pennies, kind of.
That's like blood. No, we're not like pennies.
A little.
It's like something I've never tasted.
For sure. You can smell them. They have a very distinct smell.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Wendy's is best, and their fries are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And
Spicy nugget. They got rid of those. I was crushed.
that's the thing, is like the chicken nuggets
back
are
now.
better. Like, I don't eat them and think immediately that it's like the bad part, like beaks. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, exactly. It's not spongy.
Yeah, the fries are better. Everything's better.
The chicken period is better.
And like McDonald's is
chili's
expensive
good.
now. You know what I mean? So
No.
like I mean, it's not like the cheapest option anymore. It's the same price as Wendy's.
Mm.
Their dollar Cokes are no longer $1.
What?
They're $1.75. You heard it here, folks.
Well,
It's
thank
the
you for
downfall
telling
of
me.
America.
Oh my God, here we go. Well, we've been on it. But anyway, should we get into
Cool.
some TV shows?
Please.
Okay.
Do you want some of my guilty pleasures?
Yeah,
It's
give me
like
one.
TV movie related.
Sure.
Teen dramas, movies, and up and coming movies. So like, what's it called? Like Finding Yourself teen movies.
Oh, coming of age.
Huge. Coming of age. Like,
Oh, me
God.
too. I have a huge. I mean, I'm
Seriously.
not guilty about it. My favorite movie is Juno.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not guilty about any of this stuff except for one of the ones we talked about.
I have two shows I'm feeling guilty about.
And then we've already talked about it at length, but The Real Housewives and or any like reality TV drama show.
You like
Big
those?
fan. Big fan.
So I don't watch reality TV. And literally my number one guilty pleasure on here was that So I don't follow the Kardashians in any capacity.
No.
I don't follow them on any social media. I don't follow them on anything. I think I've seen maybe 2 episodes of their show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, from years and years and years ago, like original seasons.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I'm on TikTok and something about the Kardashians comes up, I watch it.
For sure.
I think part of me is like, what am I missing? And another part of me is like, it is so parasocial that like I feel like I know everything about them, but I've never watched a fucking thing.
It's not wild.
So that's a guilty pleasure for me that like I'll be scrolling and then it'll be a clip of the show or like Kylie being like, Stormy, and I like watch it. I can't help myself.
See, me on the other hand, other than they moved from normal TV to like a Hulu only TV show.
I didn't know that.
And I haven't watched that. I've heard it's really crap, but I've seen every season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I've seen every season of The Hills. I've seen every season of Laguna Beach. I've seen every season of almost every Housewives. Like I'm catching up on ones I used to be like, I don't have time for you. I got
like
time,
things
baby.
that have a lot of episodes that you can dive in and not have to know.
So that's the thing is I like things that have a lot of episodes because I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Like TV is my radio. I've said it before. So like I have it on constantly. I probably sit down to watch a TV show never. Like it's almost like backfired now where when I sit down to like watch a movie, I have a lot of like fidgeting and stuff because like
that's everybody now.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm off TikTok. Like I don't do TikTok anymore because I just like I don't want to have that short attention span and it was just bad for my mental health probably because of the short attention span stuff. But yeah, no, I love a lot of episodes and like I don't know. I love the drama.
So because
the drama and conflama.
Oh my, exactly. And so because I didn't watch those things, I was getting my fill other places.
Where?
Oh my God. It is, you know what, this should have been my number one. And they're not good people. I don't stand by their values.
Is it the Jersey Shore?
It's Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Stop! That's incredible.
I have seen probably almost damn near, except for like the last season, I think, damn near every episode of Dog the Bounty Hunter.
That makes me so happy. Something similar. I like that Repo show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get it.
Yeah, I do get it.
And then my number 2 guilty pleasure show, again, these are things I watch whenever I'm feeling low.
Pimp the Ride.
No, that's a good one.
I used to watch that.
Deadliest Catch.
Stop. That's incredible.
Those
are good, though.
I got my partner into Deadliest Catch, and I know everything about crabbing.
That's like a little quirky.
I know
quirky girl.
everything about crabbing.
You're like, something you should know about me?
I want to go
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I want to go crabbing during Opelio season. I want to go to the Alaskan coast.
I've never once seen Deadliest Catch.
Oh my God. The drama and conflama.
Is there?
I'll get it. Let's get into it.
Please.
There are...
Sell me.
So, this is the
Fish.
concept of the show. No crabs.
Okay, perfect.
Well, and there are...
Sounds just like the reality TV I watch.
It's a lot of competing ships, right? Crabbing boats. And they all have names, and then they all have a captain who's been there forever, or like the new guy who just got up to captain, or this guy who's like the king crabber or whatever. There's a million, and they're constantly competing to have, because once you collect enough and you load your boat, you take it to shore, dump your crab, you get paid by the pound.
Okay.
And you can only keep certain ones. It is the most dangerous job, I think, probably in the world.
Why? Because
The fucking Bering Sea is shaking the boat beyond I think I mentioned the Drake shake like a couple episodes ago. Beyond that, it's unbelievable. People die all the time, and they're these huge metal crates that is lowered by a swinging fucking like hook that they have to put into the ocean, pull up. People are constantly, they don't show it, but in crabbing the real world, the rope is really long and moves fast. If your foot's in the wrong spot, it will not only drag you under because the weight of the metal crate carrying the crab, or it will snap your ankle.
Is it like during the roughest seas is when like the crabs come out?
So there's 2 seasons. There's king crab season.
Love that.
They call them the red boys. And they're kind of smaller. And then there's Opelio season. And Opelio season, and you get paid more because it's insane. And it will be blizzarding. People will have to climb the crates and ice pick the crates on the ship. That's you would love it.
Call me Opelio. I am hooked.
Call me a red boy. I'm in a crate. I love Deadliest Catch.
So maybe what I can learn from this story is that we both enjoy the human condition.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Amazing. Oh, and Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
The first
Watch
season.
The shit out of that.
First season only. I don't really fuck with any of the other seasons. And Love is Blind Japan. My boss once told me that her engagement was the shittiest engagement that she's ever had.
Did she have to?
Not that she's had a lot.
Him?
No, he proposed via drone.
What does that even mean?
It means exactly what you think. So he flew a drone across this beautiful landscape, and then directly above them, and then it delivered the ring. And then the ring was very ugly. And I looked at her ring, and I was like, did you pick it out, or did like he design it? And she was like, listen, he said he designed it.
No.
But there's no, he got this at the store. There's no, he said, this represents our home. It's a square. Should we do one more?
I think we should do a ton more.
Or
they haven't heard us for weeks.
That's very true. Oh, I have a very embarrassing guilty pleasure that I don't know if you can relate to. I like musicals.
I fucking love musicals.
I don't
musicals. Tell anyone that either.
I very publicly like Grease.
I very publicly like Sweeney Todd.
Me too. And I also like Hamilton. And we saw it.
Love that.
Yeah.
I flippin', honestly, probably my most embarrassing musical that I like is Hairspray.
I think that's like one of the least embarrassing.
Really? I think for someone who doesn't,
if you told me Cats,
someone who doesn't proclaim that they love musicals, Hairspray is deep in it. You know what I mean? That's not like,
that surface level. Cats, horrible. You are fucking like weird if you like Cats.
I think my guilty pleasure is like I have a musical playlist that I sing in the car when it is only me.
Yeah, also us. We will play the Hamilton soundtrack top to bottom.
I think that's something, not a lot of people know about me. Yeah. Probably not about you either.
No,
I don't think people would look at us and be like, a musical queen. Although every person I've ever known was like, did you do theater? I feel like you'd be really good on like TV or onto the stage.
Yeah, you know what's worse? Whenever they ask you and you're like, yeah. Me. But I never did musicals.
You should have done a musical. I auditioned for our school musical in elementary school, The Music Man. And Annie. I'm trying out for both.
Annie's a bad one.
It is a bad one.
That's your deep in it.
It is. I didn't choose that one though. Yeah. So I'm not listening to the soundtrack of Annie. I was chorus girl number 20 because I couldn't stop laughing. I was so nervous.
Oh.
Yeah. And then
you do, like, you have a nervous little giggle.
I do.
Yeah.
I use
That's
humor.
Your tell.
My therapist told me that I use humor to cover up pain. And I was like, welcome to that's Kelly 101.
Yeah. That was in the syllabus.
Exactly. That's how I introduced myself. You're not telling me anything
I'm not kidding you. I literally did introduce myself. Speaking of mental illness, little trigger warning, guys. I am a skin picker. That's a guilty pleasure for sure. So if you don't want to hear about that, I would tune out.
Yeah. If at least it's very gross.
Yeah, at the very least, it might cause nausea. So.
Yeah.
Honestly, incredible that I came out fine, that I am fine, and my skin isn't covered in picks.
Yeah.
I truly the world was working for me, I don't really get acne,
Yeah, that's nice.
but like at all. But when
still get acne.
I'm like at this point an expert. I have dedicated so much of my time to watching esthetician videos, even in like high school.
Yeah.
Not just like pimple popping, which I do love, but
cannot try
also
that.
like esthetician, like
Yeah.
don't use this tool, you will cause scarring. Make sure you use like Q-tips for this, whatever. And I take pretty good care of my skin, but also my family, like nobody in my family has acne.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly, if I had acne, I probably would have caused insane scarring.
Yeah.
But anything now, so like if I have dry skin in my eyebrow, that shit's getting picked.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately for me, I do suffer from scalp psoriasis. My whole life I thought I just had dandruff, and that's not it. I literally have psoriasis on my scalp.
Yeah.
I also have it on my elbows. So it gets really painful and very flaky like overnight.
Yeah.
And oh man, if I have a moment with a little black comb, I'm going in there, I'm scraping.
Yeah.
I have a skin picking. My partner, I am constantly on top of their face. They're guilty of it too, though. Like touching my back or something and then start like picking.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we have an interest in doing this now. That's so crazy. And also, I have really improved their skin, and I say me because they were not taking care of their skin. They unfortunately suffer from painful cystic acne typically, but as you can see,
Yeah.
my work is done.
It looks really good.
Yeah, our skincare in our bathroom is pretty wild.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud. But yeah, skin picking is a huge guilty pleasure because I feel bad about it, but I can't stop.
Do another one.
To round it out, let's do this last one. We both have it.
Is it gossiping?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so
How did I know?
bad. It's guilty because it's bad, but at the same time,
it's so common.
It's so common, and it's part of the human experience, in my opinion. And I love to snoop on social media. If I haven't thought about a person, I will find you on social media. I know what everybody from my high school is up to because I will randomly be like, oh my God, I did have that class with that girl and she was weird. And I'll go and look her up.
If I see someone who like was in a relationship and all of a sudden is posting a bunch of single stuff, I immediately go to any social media page I can of theirs and I'm like, when did it happen? What happened? I go to the guy's page and I'm like, okay, well, how are you with a new girl?
Yes.
When is the timeline?
I love it. Yeah, me too. I'm like, when's the last picture they posted together?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, they haven't posted a picture since April.
Yeah. Oh my God, my favorite.
When they take it out of the bio.
Yeah. I love that.
Me too.
But my favorite kind of drama is drama that has absolutely nothing to do with me. If someone is so heated about like their coworker, I'm like, tell me everything.
Yes, me too.
I love it. I love it so much. But something that does happen sometimes that used to happen a lot in my life is like when I am hanging out with like two people and one is kind of being an asshole and they leave. There's no better relief than being like, God, why are they such an asshole today?
Yes. Or like being at an event and like everybody there knows, you know? It's like obligatory.
Yeah.
I don't talk shit with the group.
No, I can't trust these hoes.
No, exactly. You know who your friends are.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I
love all my friends, and I cannot tell certain people certain things.
I think that's exactly how it goes with every group.
For sure. Because for this exact reason, everyone loves to gossip.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And when you don't like to gossip, I'm almost
don't
more
police
nervous
me.
about you. Yeah, no.
That's something I've said on this podcast a lot, and I say in real life. You can tell me anything because I'm not a cop.
Right.
I will not tell your shit to anybody.
No.
I will tell my partner.
Right.
And be like, so you know so-and-so from Jewel, the grocery store? Well, their wife was cheating with the cashier. And they'll be like, oh my God.
For sure.
They feed into it a lot.
No, Matt does too. He used to pretend he didn't, and now he's like, I'll say something. I'm like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. And he's like, we love to gossip. Please, tell me more.
Yeah.
My mom and Matt will know, but no one else will.
Well, me sometimes. Me a lot. Me almost every time. Almost always me as well. But in fairness,
yeah,
I think that like you didn't start this in me. and I didn't start it in you. We've
No.
been separately like this my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in the people in other people's lives. Like even my mother-in-law,
Yeah.
when she's like, "Oh my god, my friend or this person I know is
That's
being
best case scenario.
oh my god," I'm like, and then she said what?
Yeah. How are you still
Oh
friends
my
with this
God.
girl? Tell me more.
And she doesn't know who you are. Like I feed into it
I will
because I
gas
actually
you
like
up.
it.
For sure. No, I feel the exact same way.
Mhm.
And my mom's always been a gossip. Love you, Judy. But she always has been. And like that's where I was trained.
And you know what? I saw something recently that like women gossiping was villainized because it was the way women communicated.
Right. And they actually like were educated about what was going on.
Because otherwise we wouldn't know anything.
Exactly.
And now, I think obviously then too, women know everything all the time. Women read the room better than men read the room. Men don't even fucking read the room, in my opinion. Women can have and do have full conversations in the middle of everybody else's conversation with eyes only. I live for that. Like the knowing, like
Yeah. No, the amount of times you and I have been in a situation where we literally are having a sub conversation
Yes.
based off what some man is saying. We're like,
and then we'll all walk away and everybody else in the group will be like, "Oh, that was so interesting." I'm like, "Yeah, but this happened too."
we're like, yes.
Yeah. Oh, and did you notice this? You're like, "Of course I noticed that."
Of course I noticed that.
And-
Why do you think we're talking right now?
Of course I noticed it. And we're going to talk about it on the pod.
Obviously. No, for sure. My favorite thing, because like women are incredible, right? So it goes down to a deeper level. I like notice when other women are like talking to each other.
Me too.
And I'm like, look at me, I feel the same.
I'll go sit next to them. I'm like,
Yeah.
"What are we talking about?"
Yeah.
Well,
I
they'll
know.
be like, and they'll turn away and they'll be like, "Well, don't say anything." But and then
Mhm.
like, "I'm not a cop.
Right.
You can tell me anything."
Right. I have no skin in this game.
Oh my god! And then my partner does not not have it to the same extent. I would say we'll leave somewhere and then they will have had a totally different experience than I will have.
For sure.
And I'll get in the car and they'll be like, "I thought that went really well." I'm like, "Did you?"
You Yeah,
Anyway,
Matt,
back to gossip.
yeah, back to gossip. Matt will miss stuff. But also sometimes he catches it and I'm like, oh my God, what happened? He's like, well.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Same thing, except Maria would be like, "So he said this thing." I'm like, "Yes,
yeah,
he did say it.
He
Let's
did.
get into it."
You got it.
Yes, yeah. I love that. Women are always constantly more aware just because of,
You gotta be.
It's
It's dangerous out here for the ladies.
So like we'll go into a store. I will have witnessed an entire event unfold and Mariel will be like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, the lady in front of us was hate criming the cashier. What are you talking about?
Right. What are you talking
What were you
about? I almost
doing?
had to fight.
What the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "You did not. They were slapboxing in the front. What are you talking about?" Like that happens a lot. But I also think that it's literally spatial awareness issues from ADHD.
Yeah, that would make sense because Matt does the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think that it's that they don't have the instincts. I think that it doesn't happen because of ADHD.
Yeah, Matt's in a different world 80% of the time. So if there's stuff going on, like, and he happens to catch it and I don't, I'm like, where the fuck was I? Because if he had the attention span to like notice something,
then
everyone should have noticed.
Yeah.
They might as
It
well
was
have walked
performing.
up and told me. Yeah.
It was a performance that happened.
So yeah, I love it so much.
Me too. So like, I guess what is gossip? To me, like sitting down and giving each other updates on the people that because
Are in our lives.
Right, we care about each other. We want to know like what's going on with our other friends because we've seen them many times.
For sure, like Maddie, I've met Maddie once, right? If something's going on with her and you tell me, I'm invested as if she is my best friend.
Yes.
I'm like, this fucker did what to her?
Yeah.
No fucking way. You know?
She's been working there for a couple years.
Right.
I marry that.
And it's not like
that.
not like I'm like, let's shit talk Maddie.
Yeah.
It's like let's fucking
gossip.
Let's
she's not here, I guess.
Right. I guess it's gossip because she's not here, but like
I
it's
could
nothing,
FaceTime her.
It's nothing she wouldn't be like, let me tell you about. Whereas I guess there's a couple forums, right? Like you could shit talk someone for no reason. Like
gossiping is to me a huge umbrella.
That's so true. Yeah, I guess gossip is an umbrella, and there's certain ones to feel kind of guilty about, which I probably don't feel guilty enough about it. Where like we're all on I think all women in a general stance, for the most part, are in agreement. Like we're gonna shit talk. And
Unless
you
you're a
know what
pick-me.
that means. So we're just all going to trust that all of our shit talking stays in the spheres they're supposed to stay in.
Unless you're a fucking pick-me and you're like, this is why I don't hang out with girls, because girls gossip and they're catty and like, okay, did he pick you? I don't think he did.
I don't trust I've never trust one woman that's ever like said I just can't hang out with girls. That is
Me neither.
the biggest red flag.
Yeah, you have a lot of things going on. One of them's probably unresolved trauma, and two,
Yeah.
you're trying to appeal to a male gaze.
Right.
You are the same as us, girly. Like, I'm just like one of the guys. Like, I drink IPA and like I don't gossip and like girls are so catty. Like,
right.
okay.
Right.
Like, maybe the common denominator in all these situations is you.
Period. If you've never once in your life been like, could I improve a little bit to help this situation? Like, is any of this my fault? It's
Yeah.
all your fault, babe.
Always has been, babe. Well, this went a lot of places, and very little of it was spooky. It's for them.
It's always
it's all
for
for
them.
you.
All for you. All for. So where can they find us, Tamara?
Everywhere, girl. We are on Audible, which you can rate and comment, and we would love that.
Please.
As well as Apple. And also, there's another one that you can comment on that I forget. Is it Podbean?
I don't know. Yeah.
Anywhere that you can comment.
We are on Podbean.
We are on Podbean. We're on Audible. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify.
We're on them all.
We're on everywhere you can find podcasts. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
And if you have anything that you'd like us to talk about or any scary stories, you can email us at ghoulbeanspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Or DM us on Instagram, and all of the links to everything is on our link tree in there. And like, honestly, we've been getting a couple listener stories coming in, and it feels really good. So please send yours in. It could literally be like your curtain moved and you don't know why.
Yeah.
You didn't have the air on, or so you thought. Please.
Or like your house was infested with squirrels and you thought there was a poltergeist.
Oh my God, incredible. In fact, please. If you've ever had an infested house with squirrels, let me know.
You can give us your name or you can be anonymous. We don't mind.
Yeah, just write us in. It's really fun. Like, I get really excited when I see them come in.
Yeah, we got a good one sitting in there right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited.
So thanks for joining.
And spilling
the
ghoul beans.